Welcome back to In The Red Korner podcast with me, Ross. Hope everyone's well this evening. Tonight, I am joined by Dec, the big dog Spelman. Changed his name from the Nitro Kid, former professional boxer, with a great career, unbelievable career. Dec can tell you all about that, and we'll talk about the upcoming things of taking the gloves off and coming into bare knuckle. Let's bring Dec in, shall we? Yes, Dec, how are you doing?
How you doing, Ross? You all right, mate?
I'm all good, my man. Thank you very much for coming on In The Red Korner. Appreciate it.
No problem.
How are things going? We're a week away, or just under a week away now from you making your debut in the BKFC. As I've said to you off camera before, I've seen a little on your story. You seem fucking super excited about it. Massive grin on your face, as if you can't wait to start, yeah? Yeah,
that's it, mate. Yeah, but all the graft's done now, so yeah, there's been some fucking graft put in. So yeah. It's that you see that light at the end of the tunnel, and like I said, we're a week out now, pretty much. So it's just making that weight, getting everything right, which I've done many times before. So shouldn't be an issue. And then we turn up and throw some hands.
Yeah, like I said, an unbelievable boxing career for yourself. What was it, 25 or 26 fights in the ring?
25 to 6. I think it was 19-5 or 19-6, something like that.
Yeah, brilliant. And you know, it's been a couple of 3 years or something since you've been out now. So, do you think the ring rust is going to have a bit of effect when you step into the squared circle of the BKFC?
2 years. Yeah, it's been 2 years. I don't think it's so much rust. I think it's a different game altogether. I'm not comparing this to any of my boxing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's different game, completely different. Like I understand what I'm getting into. Like I've been on the many times on the canvas. You know, with Rico, Danny, Aaron, and obviously recently Joe as well. So you know, I know what the game's about. I know how brutal it can be, and I'm ready for it.
You've had it, like you say there, you've cornered all these guys, and you've trained with all these guys and coached all these guys. Seeing it up close and personal, from the side of the ring, do you think you've picked up little bits and have you taken bits of everyone?
Yeah, I study the game, mate, and I go as far in depth to have a look at the big, like Richmond and that my way. I look at all sorts. I look at how are they, so good? How are they so adaptable? What they've done? How they changed? Look at certain people have crossed over, like how their styles have changed as they've gone along. Do you know what I mean? What's benefited them? What's not kind of worked in their favour? Stuff like that. So I'll really break stuff down. And yeah, I think that'll bow well for me. But the be all and end is you have to fight. You have to be able to fight. Simple as that. You can break stuff down. You can analyse stuff as much as you want. If you can't throw hands or take a shot in this sport, you've got no chance. And we'll find out. I'll find out a lot about myself. Like I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get that first connection right at the chin, and I can't wait to feel one as well. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. Bring it on. I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm just buzzing. I'm just looking forward to it. It's a new challenge. It's just everything new about it, and it's giving me a real buzz and a real glow every day. Do you know what I mean? I'm just ready for it.
Do you feel like it's reignited something inside you, that that challenger, that champion inside you?
Yeah, massively. I mean, obviously, this has kind of been. I think it was always going to happen. I was approached last year, a year before, in fact, when I retired, and asking if I'd be interested in signing for them. It wasn't really the right time. Obviously, it was a bit fresh coming off from the pro boxing retirement, and I needed to kind of get everything in order to decide what I wanted to do in my life, really, let alone fighting. That was kind of in the last. Once that had been taken away from me, I was having a look at plans forward and what to do. And obviously, in the meantime, I opened up a gym. Was lucky enough to be involved in some big fighters like Rico and some experienced fighters like Danny and some newcomers like Aaron. And so I've seen it at all levels, really. An experience at Marbella show was the kind of icing on the cake for me. I thought, I won't mind a bit of this, and not in an ego-driven way by any means. Don't get that twisted. I'm not saying it like that. I just think, wow, what an occasion, and to see like when Rico fought at Crystal Palace, to how quickly we went through the ranks, and to fighting somewhere like that Marbella bull ring, it was unbelievable. And I thought, I'm definitely capable of doing something in this, and that's what kind of bent me arm, I suppose. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna have a go at this.
Yeah, like you say there, Crystal Palace. Rico was so active for that 12, 13 months, where I think he had about 3 or 4 fights. Is that what's your plan going forward? You're going to have this one?
Yeah, I don't plan on being a flash in the pan. I want to come here. I want to win titles, and I want to take. I'm sure Andy will tell you. Like when I decided I was going to fight, I told him anybody at 185, I'll say yeah to. Like I'm not going to duck fights. I never did that when I was boxing. I'm not going to do it now in the bare knuckle. I want to test myself. I want to see how good I am. And obviously, you got me a good opponent in Thomas, who I'm fighting now. I've actually had a few messages of people saying this dude's tough. Like you'll be in front. I'm like, yeah, good. I need to. But also in my brain, if I'm not taking kids like this out or beating them quite convincingly, then what's the point of staying in the sport? I need to go through people like this and make it look good, really. And I plan on doing that.
Yeah. There was a couple of opponents kind of put to you before Thomas as well, wasn't there? But didn't kind of come out. But not looking past him, because I know, he's a tough opponent and everything. But have you got anyone in mind, or have you got someone on the radar for yourself that you think I want that fight?
All of them. Whoever he puts to me, I say yeah. It's whether they want to fight me. Well, I might see. It might be a big flop yet. We'll see.
I don't think for a second it will.
Like I just said then, I'm game for all. I want to go through, but again, like I don't want to be a flash in the pan. I'm in no rush, but at the same time, I'm 33-year-old. It takes a lot of hammer on your hands. So I don't want to be in it for too long, and I do believe I've got the capabilities and the adaptability to be able to go quite far in it. So one step at a time. Let's get the debut over. Let's see where I am, and then I think I'll find my level in this fight. If I'm having a life and death, not really life and death, but if I'm having a close fight with somebody like Thomas, no disrespect to him, but I don't believe he's a near British European level, and that's where I want to be very soon.
Yeah. How about the clinch game? As being a boxing purist yourself, how have you found incorporating that into your training?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be different. It'll be interesting. He was in obviously with Joe. He was getting murders in the clinch, so it's interesting. You can, but I think you can work on that all you want until you're in them positions. It's very hard when you're in a live position and someone's clinching you up. That's when a fight or flight. You'll kind of resort to what you want to do. You can drill stuff all day long, but when you're in live scenarios and doing it under lights, it's different. So, I am prepared for that. I'm trying to look at every outlet that can be, and that is obviously one of them. But who's to say I'm not going to go in there and try to clinch him?
Yeah, there we go. You've got some of the best guys around you, trained with taught, coached, Rico, Danny, Blakey, those kind of lads. How has it felt for you, not being in camp for such a long time, but getting back into camp? Was it a struggle? Or were you just ready to go?
Yeah, it was a struggle. I just needed it. I think especially around Christmas, just before Christmas and that, when I decided I needed to do something. I was a bit down on myself and stuff, and we had a lot going on. I was under a lot of stress, and I thought I need not necessarily a new challenge. I need some kind of direction and to put my mind to something. And obviously, I opened up my gym last year. That was nice.
What's
and
it called?
that's kind of Dec Spelman Boxing, and that's kind of taken off really well now. So it's given me that bit of breathing space to be able to sit back and look at other avenues like I have done now. And maybe it was a possibility of me going back boxing. But I've been around this bare knuckle quite a bit now, and really, really fancy it. So it's exciting, and it's like the people say, it's the fastest growing combat sport there is. So why not be involved in it now and get it while it's on the rise?
Yeah, too right. It is getting just bigger and bigger. And like you say, that Marbella show was at levels above levels that anything that I've seen really.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was unreal. And like me and Rika went out there for 2.5 weeks. So we was like, to know the build up, we was there right from the start, got a real feel for it. And yeah, it was some experience.
Yeah. Who's going to be in your corner then for yourself?
Yeah, so we got one of my coaches, run obviously at my gym, Jack Doig. He's been doing a lot of hard work with me, and he's just really dedicated. He loves his fighting, he loves his sport, and so I thought it was only right to get him in the corner. And then I've gone back to my pro coach, Alistair, very clever, educated coach. Also trained Scott McHugh, and yeah, so we've gone back there. So it's the old setup really. Jack's in the corner. I've known Jack years, so he's going to be there. It'll be a great experience for him. And yeah, I lost him, my pro coach from when I left the boxing side, and he's helping me in this side. And I probably wouldn't do it any other way, to be honest. I think we gel unreal. We've got a very, very close bond, and I'll learn loads off him. So it's always good to pick his brains when I'm over there.
Yeah, definitely. How much? I know you've always kept busy, and you've got your own gym and stuff like that. How much weight have you had to kind of cut down? I know you're going to handle the weight cut, no problem. You've done it 1,000 times before. But how much have you had to lose for this fight?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not putting any numbers out there, but it's a lot. So yeah, it was very hard. But like I said, now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and there was a few days where I thought, I'm not making this. But now I can see. I'm thinking, yeah, and everything, the piece of the jigsaw, it all comes, steady. But then eventually, like now, I'm this close out. This week's really started to click into place. Well, week before really started to click into place, and I think like that's when I started to get my buzz. And I thought, right, come on, started hitting the pads without my gloves on. Got a real feel for that too. I've been doing touch rounds for a while with Rico, so I had a kind of gauge on the range and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm breaking everything down. So yeah, I would say like a couple of weeks to this week, I've had a real buzz about it, knowing that the weight's doable and the training's coming to an end, thank God. It's hard work. But yeah, I don't think you want to enjoy training. If you do, you're doing it wrong.
No, that's it. The fighting's the easy part, isn't it? It's all the hard work, like you say, and the graft that you need to put in beforehand.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, Rico's in a camp as well because he's fighting in just under 5 weeks or something. Are you still part of his camp as well, or are you just concentrating solely on yourself?
Yeah, so obviously through the day I do one-to-one private, boxing. So obviously I've dropped that down to a bare minimum, just not take too much out of the arms. But I've kept like the regulars, the strong regulars on. Obviously Rico, I've just had Joe back in this week as well. Obviously next week there'll be nothing. I'll be on a bit of a water load and stuff, so making weight, so I'll be a bit empty. But yeah, no, that's been the same. In fact, I was there today with him this morning sparring. So yeah, I did my last punching session, and then he jumped in and did some rounds with Scott. So yeah, it still works. Next week, obviously, we're in the understanding that I won't be doing enough of him next week. But after that, hopefully my hands are all right, and we go full steam ahead for 4 weeks' time.
I can't wait, mate. I can't wait. It's going to be some show to be part of this show as well. I mean, Danny's on it. Danny Mitchell's on it. You've got a stable mate there, I suppose. But I don't know, pretty much everyone anyways, because like you say, you've been around it. But
yeah,
how does it feel to be a part of? Like, you seen it from a different side, from a fighter's point of view. How does it feel to be part of it from a fighter's point of view?
I feel like as well, being involved with these, and like I feel I owe it to the boys as well. Like, go on, I'll get in there and do it. Win, lose, draw, whatever. Don't matter. I'll go in there and I'll get a feel for it. You know what I mean? Like, I owe it to them guys. Like, it's all right, me shouting from the corner, you do this, you do that, but it's totally different when you're in there. And it'll just like well, for one, it's like I said, it's just exciting, and I just want to get in there. But for two, I do feel like I owe it to the boys as well.
Yeah. It's you mentioned Joe there as well, who's a character, isn't he? He's some lad.
Lad's a boxer from.
Yeah, hopefully some big news coming from him for the next show after the Manchester card. But yeah, it's great. There's like a massive hub of like lads from Yorkshire and that, you know, Scunthorpe, Doncaster kind of way. It just seems to breed some hard bastards, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's not much going for us, is there? So at least we can start.
Brilliant, mate. I've got a question that I'll finish up on, but before that, do you want to give a shout out to any teammates, coaches, gyms, sponsors?
Yeah. So we kind of kept the circle small, really, compared to when we were boxing. And like I said, it was we got a few new sponsors on board. So we got O'Hara Financial, TLS Group, Frankie White come on board as a main sponsor, and Breathe, Mark Mason at Breathe, obviously they sponsor me with my ice baths and saunas, which I've been doing a lot. And Green Brothers over in Retford. So yeah, we've got a great little group, and shout out to XS Gum Guards as well. They've just done me a sick gum guard. It's mega. So do you know, I went 20 years of boxing and never spent any more than £10 on a gum shield.
Really?
So I thought, if I'm getting caned in the mouth with a bare fist, I better sort myself out. And I got in touch with them, and they looked after me, and so they've done me a nice brand new gummy, and it's mega. So yeah, I'm buzzing with that.
So is that custom fit and custom design?
Yeah. So yeah, it's mega, and it's just the 1%, isn't it? You know, like little bits here and there, and yeah, I can't have any flash gloves on, so I got to replace it somehow. Got a shiny gloves, I got a shiny gummy. And yeah, that obviously a shout out going out to Al, like I said earlier on, and yeah, like I said, teamed up back with Al Oster, and just learning every day with him. You know, I am close to Val, and we always bounce ideas back and forth off each other, and it'll be great to have him there. And hopefully, you know, it's the start of a sharp uprising, a journey. You know, like I really want to do something in this game, and only the weekend will tell us what the weekend will tell me what I'm going to do. And I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I'm not ego driven by any means. That's left me long ago. But, you know, I really want to do something in this game, and I feel like I can.
Is that to prove something to yourself as well, then, or?
No, not at all. I just feel like it's a sport what will really suit me, especially like I know what I'm capable of, and I know like what my style consists of. I'm exciting as well. Like I'll very rarely be in a dull fight, but I can also be clever with it as well. So yeah, and I just feel like I've got the tools. But I know you can talk the talk. Let's see if I can walk the walk next weekend.
Amazing, mate. I'll finish up on this question. It's a question I asked to everyone that's been on In The Red Korner first time. But what does fighting mean to you, and why do you fight?
I'd have nothing without fighting. I'd have absolutely nothing. You know, I was like, you know, I'm not the sharpest kid. Like, I was never clever at school. I left school with nothing really. I didn't really have a proper job. I actually turned pro to go on the road to be a journeyman to earn some money because my little boy was being born. So fuck all, do you know what I mean? So, and I had like a viral knockout for my third fight, and then I couldn't even sell tickets, so I had a viral knockout in my third fight, and it just went boom, 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 boom. So without that little bit of real sort of luck, would I say, like I just kind of stepped up, and you know, I earned some all right money out of the game, and I got a good name, and that led me on to the next step, which is obviously creating the gym from a decent name. That's got busy, you know, so everything's revolved around my fighting. So I'd be nothing without that. I don't know what I'd do. I'd be lost. And to be honest, I was lost when I stopped. You know, like when I had to retire, I was lost. I didn't have no real aim, and this is kind of bring it back. I mean, I put it into the gym when we opened the gym, and that gave me a good buzz. But it also come with a lot of pressure. I took a lot on. And now I'm getting to the end of that now and starting to enjoy it, especially the last month or so. So, it's been a long road, and now this has given me a fresh aim. And I don't feel like there's any pressure. I don't feel the pressure. Like, what'll be, will be. I walk out there, I could get banjoed in 10 seconds. I don't care. It is what it is. I'll put out there, but I'll take some getting out of there. I'm not just going to sit down. I'm not just going to sit down and fold. So if he wants to take me out, he's going to have to put some serious damage on me because I'm not going anywhere.
Amazing, mate. I wish you the very best of luck. I can't wait to see you perform because I think you will have a fucking bright future in this sport, definitely. I think you're such an intelligent fighter as well, and it's maybe going to be more intelligent than some of your opponents. Not meaning to be disrespectful, obviously, but I think you'll have that ring IQ and the fight IQ that can, much like Danny Mitchell, very intelligent.
That's right.
Fighter.
Yeah. I think there's a fine line as well. I will say this, there's a fine line between playing safety, and being exciting. So there's that one in the middle. And I do feel like I can bring that. I can be attractive to the eye, but also very clever with it. So, yeah, you don't want to be putting anyone to sleep in the wrong way behind the TV. Or putting them to sleep in the ring,
Brilliant, mate. Like I say, very best of luck and appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. And I'll catch you down there.
Nice one, Ross. Good man.
Nice one. Speak to you soon, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Dec Spelman, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting fighter. I can't wait to see him in there. Oh, let's bring him back on for 1 second. Dec, obviously you're selling tickets. How can people get hold of you to get tickets from you?
Yeah, I'm sold out. I'm sold out tickets. Yeah. It's lose, you lose. No. So there wasn't the show sold, I'm guessing the show sold very well. So we got allocated tickets. I was gutted because didn't get any ringside or anything. So yeah, I've done over 100 tickets, and it's 2.5 hour travel for me. So yeah, plenty of support going. And yeah, to be honest, now I've got rid of them. I just thought I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to get any more. I did advertising. You've lost them. So, but yeah, no, appreciate the effort, though, Ross. Yeah.
But people, if they do want to reach out to you, if you want to go to one-to-ones with you, Dec Spelman 123 on Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So really trying to push that following as well. So it'd be nice if people can give us a follow. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, perfect, my man. Right, again, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it, and we will speak to you soon, my man. Thank you.
Nice one, Ross. Good man. Thank you.
Dec Spelman, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Gentleman, I think, like I say, he's going to make waves in this sport. He's got everything. He's got it all. Jab the like button, jab the subscribe button. Appreciate you all. Big shout out to RSD Transportation for sponsoring the podcast. Find out who my next guests are going to be on Instagram. You'll find it on my story or something like that. But take it easy, everyone. Speak to you soon.